Admiral Zexathera's mandibles clicked in amusement as he reviewed the intelligence reports on the newly discovered species. The holographic display showed primitive bipeds wielding crude metal implements, their technology barely capable of interstellar travel. Their ships were clunky, inefficient things held together with what the translation matrix generously termed nuts and bolts. Humans, he mused, the word leaving a bitter taste in his translator. They still use projectile weapons. Physical ammunition. Can you imagine? His tactical officer, Commander Voss, shared his superior's disdain. Their largest warship masses less than one of our escort frigates, Admiral. Intelligence suggests they rely on chemical propulsion for their kinetic weapons. Barbaric. The hegemony had ruled the galaxy for 3 millennia with energy-based warfare, elegant plasma cannons, sophisticated particle beams, and quantum disruption fields. Wars were fought with precision, technology, and overwhelming energy superiority. These humans represented everything the hegemony had evolved beyond. Nevertheless, Admiral Zexathera continued, the Council demands their compliance. Something about their strategic position near the Veil Nebula. We'll make this quick. The human colony of New Geneva orbited a modest yellow star, its defensive fleet consisting of 12 vessels that the hegemony computers generously classified as armed cargo haulers. Admiral Zexathera brought the Eternal Dominance, a kilometer-long dreadnought bristling with the most advanced weaponry in known space. As they dropped out of hyperspace, the human fleet moved to intercept. Zexathera watched with detached interest as the primitive vessels arranged themselves in what appeared to be some sort of formation. How quaint. Admiral, his communications officer reported, we're receiving a transmission from the human flagship. Put it through. The hologram shimmered, revealing a weathered human face beneath a peaked cap. Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Defiance looked directly at him with eyes that held no fear, only cold calculation. Hegemony vessel, this is Captain Chen. You are in violation of United Earth space. Withdraw immediately or face the consequences. Zexathera's laughter was a harsh, chittering sound. Captain Chen, your entire fleet couldn't scratch our hull. We are here on the authority of the Galactic Hegemony. Surrender now, and your colonists will be relocated peacefully. I see you've done your homework on our technology, Admiral. Chen's expression remained unchanged. Tell me, what do your sensors make of our primary weapon? Confused, Zexathera glanced at his tactical display. The human flagship showed an unusual configuration, a long cylindrical structure running nearly the entire length of the vessel. His computers struggled to classify it. Some sort of mass driver, he ventured. Kinetic projectile system? Primitive, but I suppose it has historical charm. Something like that, Chen replied. Admiral, you're about to learn why humans don't abandon technologies just because they're old. Sometimes the old ways work best. The transmission ended. Zexathera shook his head dismissively and turned to his weapons officer. Disable their engines. We'll tow them back to... Admiral! The tactical officer's voice cracked with disbelief. Energy readings from the human flagship are... That's impossible. On the main display, the UES Defiance was beginning to glow. Not from her engines, but from the long cylindrical structure running through her core. The energy signature was climbing beyond anything their sensors had detected from human technology. What are they doing? Zexathera demanded. Sir, they appear to be charging some kind of weapon. The energy levels are approaching our own primary armament, but the configuration is completely unknown. It's not plasma, not particles, not anything in our database. Through the viewports, they could see the human ship's hull plate sliding away, revealing the weapon beneath. It looked deceptively simple, just a long, straight tube with electromagnetic coils wrapped around it. But the energy reading suggested something far more sophisticated. Admiral, his science officer spoke up, voice tight with sudden understanding. I believe they've constructed what their historical records call a railgun. But the scale, the power requirements, this is beyond anything we thought possible with kinetic technology. Railgun? Zexathara's translator struggled with the ancient human term. Electromagnetic acceleration of physical projectiles. But sir, the energy they're channeling into this system, it's equivalent to our main plasma array. On the display, Captain Chen's face reappeared. Admiral, meet the UES Defiance's primary armament. Humans call it the Mjolnir-class relativistic mass driver. It's based on a principle we've been working with since before we left our homeworld. We just scaled it up a bit. Impossible, Zexathara breathed. Kinetic weapons are inferior to energy-based systems. Everyone knows this. Are they? Chen smiled grimly. Your shields are designed to disperse energy, plasma, particles, radiation. But what happens when something solid hits them at 12% of light speed? The answer came a microsecond later. The Defiance fired. The projectile, a dense tungsten uranium alloy rod weighing 20 tons, streaked across space faster than the hegemony sensors could track. It struck the Eternal Dominance's primary shield array with the force of a small nuclear weapon. The shields held for exactly 0.003 seconds. Then the rod punched through the energy barrier like it wasn't there, through the reinforced hull plating, through 17 decks of the most advanced starship in the galaxy, and out the other side before continuing into deep space. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the Eternal Dominance began to come apart. The kinetic energy transfer had shattered the ship's structural integrity. Hull plates peeled away like flower petals. Atmosphere vented from 100 breaches. The proud dreadnought split cleanly in half, her back broken by a weapon the hegemony had dismissed as primitive. In the expanding debris field, Admiral Zexathara's escape pod tumbled end over end. Through the small viewport, he watched the human fleet maintaining perfect formation, their primitive ships untouched by the destruction. His communicator crackled to life. Captain Chen's voice was calm, professional. Admiral Zexathara, this is Captain Chen. We're dispatching rescue ships for your survivors. I hope this demonstration has clarified our position regarding hegemony, expansion into Earth space. Zexathara stared at the wreckage of his flagship, the most advanced warship ever built, destroyed by technology humans had been perfecting for over 1,000 years. Sometimes, he realized, there was a difference between primitive and proven. Admiral, came Chen's voice one last time. Next time someone tells you kinetic weapons are obsolete, remember this. It doesn't matter how sophisticated your energy shields are. In the end, mass times velocity still equals momentum. And momentum, Admiral, is a law of physics that never goes out of style. The rescue ships were already on their way.